internet. By far, I think it's the most exciting thing to come along in years and years. And having been involved in computers for some 20-odd years, it just opens up the doors of opportunity to us all in fantastic ways.
Temporary workers have traditionally been strong on secretarial skills, but the skills in demand now are considerably more sophisticated. Our next guest on Small Talk has made a successful business responding to that demand. Jane Applegate sits down with John Chuang, the boss at MacTemps.
John, why is the temporary employment agency exploding in the country right now?
Well, it's exploding because it's a better way to work. For clients, they get variability in their labor force, so they can avoid the massive layoffs that they had in the past. And for temps, they get the flexibility to work when they want it and to enjoy a better lifestyle than working 9 to 5 for 30 years.
Is hiring temps a good way to stay out of trouble with the IRS if you're a small business owner?
Sure, definitely. If you try to hire an independent contractor, you might get into trouble because that person should really be an employee and you're not paying payroll taxes, workers' comp, etc. But when you hire a temp, the temporary agency deals with the IRS, deals with all the state governments, and you can just worry about getting your work done. So it's a lot better.
And you've made your success in niche temping. Tell me, what is a niche temp agency?
We think the hottest areas in the temporary help business is not the general clerical. Temporary agencies are traditional, secretaries and envelope stuffers, clerical workers. And while that's fine, the most explosive growth in the temporary agencies are coming from professional temps, such as accountants, computer people, desktop publishers, and designers. And that's what we do. We specialize in those skilled professional workers, and that's growing the fastest.
And you have 2 different divisions?
Yes, we have 2 different divisions. One is called Portfolio, that deals with graphic designers. The other one is called MacTemps, which deals with the Macintosh computer specialists.
And is it more affordable for a small business to bring in someone on a temporary basis rather than running out and hiring someone when they need the help?
Definitely, especially if you have a project that's short-term. You don't go out and hire someone full-term. That just doesn't make any sense. What makes sense is to bring on someone just to get that particular job done. That way you can hire someone with the exact skills necessary to most efficiently get that work done. And then when that person is done, they move on to something else and you move on to something else. It doesn't make sense to hire someone full-time in a situation like that.
And how does your company find all these skilled professionals?
A lot of word of mouth. Word of mouth is actually the best way. I mean, we do some recruiting advertising and some classified ads, but that's not really the best way. The best way is amongst the community that you're dealing with. For instance, MacTemps specializes in just Macintosh people. So amongst the Macintosh community, we have a reputation of having the best jobs, the best clients, and the highest pay rates. And then people come to us. We haven't, frankly, at MacTemps run a lot of classified ads at all because people come to us.
And what's beyond the MacTemps and the graphic designers? What's looking up in the future?
What's looking up for future is a new division we're starting called Montage that deals with multimedia specialists. We're testing that out in Seattle and looks like it's working really well. Another thing is going overseas. We now have offices in the UK and Paris, and we just made an acquisition in Australia. And so we really want to bring our concept to other parts of the globe.
Thank you, John.
Once again, we invite you to give us a call, send us a fax, or drop us a note.
Join us next week for a special holiday edition of Bloomberg Small Business. We'll meet some of our standout players of 1995, businessmen and women who are at the head of the pack. And we'll talk to small business owners about their plans to hire in the coming year.
All that and more next week on Bloomberg Small Business. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bloomberg's